almost became a millionaire, but then my dad was shot 7 times. Actually, I think it was more. I know it's insane, but hear me out. The year is 2021. I've been investing in the stock market since mid 2020. I hear about this GameStop short squeeze. So I look into, what are the other most shorted stocks on the market? Because this craze is happening right now. Obviously, people are going to go to other, squeezes at the time. I see AMC, the movie theater, is shorted like 60% on this website that I found. I don't even think the website exists anymore after this whole shabacle. I buy some options on it. If you don't know what call options are, you're basically buying a contract that gives you the right to buy a stock at a certain price before or a little bit after a certain date. Very high leverage trading. Do not get into options unless you know what you are doing. I am not a financial advisor, but that is pretty good advice. Pretty basic advice. So I start pumping money into it every week. Buying options, I buy some shares as well. I do like half and half. I'm waiting for this short squeeze on it. As AMC rises, I make money. I get up to like 100K between 2 accounts. I had a Robinhood account for basically gambling and Webull for actual investing. Webull was where all my shares were. Robinhood, I had a bunch of calls on. I had calls on Webull, but they were a lot safer and a lot more long-term, right? They were a lot less risky. And I think it was it was late May, early June is when it went to 72. And it was like $5 when I initially bought into it. I take all the money out of the Robinhood that I made, like $60,000, and buy extremely gambly-esque calls because I knew the stock would blow up on the Tuesday, or actually I think it was a Wednesday. It was whenever the share count was happening because it was just the perfect storm, right? There was a ton of stuff very close to being in the money on call options, which would cause a gamma squeeze. I can't explain what that is. This isn't a financial channel. You're not going to know what I'm talking about. Basically, it was like a really good indicator. There's really good news. The hype was good. The volume per day was fantastic. It was the perfect storm. And being as in the know as I was, I bet it all pretty much, right? And I ended up being right. My account saw probably close to $600,000 to $700,000 in returns, but I didn't press the sell button. Now, why, Dakota? You've been poor and your family has been just struggling your entire life. Why would you not press the sell button? Well, a lot of people don't know what they're gonna do when they actually get that kind of win, especially someone like me. Due to being raised in my grandmother's house, due to my issues with my dad, my grandmother isn't perfect. Very unambitious, and that definitely rubbed off on everyone. Very not happy person. Every time I would talk about the stock market, she'd roll her eyes and tell me just to keep money in the bank. Now, I shouldn't have to tell anyone this, especially people who are doing YouTube, but investing all of your time and the money into something that is literally just going to go down in value no matter what, which is the US dollar, is not a good idea. You should have savings, don't get me wrong, but you will not make it anywhere in life without taking risks. And my grandmother, was a successful business owner and a real estate agent, so I don't understand why that mindset is pushed onto me so badly of just like, oh, we're not good enough. That doesn't happen to us. We're not that lucky. Doesn't make any sense, but it made me miserable. I don't have direction, right? Because I didn't have a father figure, and that was one of my parents. My mother was very supportive of every action I do because she thinks I'm the smartest person on the planet. But I always had that shit in the back of my head. So already I'm struggling emotionally. And on top of all that, I'm struggling emotionally, but I've been able to hold my own pretty well and make the right decision. Because my plan was to sell the Robinhood account, which had most of the money because it was the leveraged options, right? And then take some of that money, put it back in the shares, and then also take like a couple $10,000 each. Like, I think I was gonna do 30,000 in total in a bunch of altcoins, just like nonsense coins, and just hold them. One of which was Shiba Inu, the other one was Safe Inu. Safe Inu, my 70 bucks went to 10 grand at one point. If I had put the money that I planned in there, I would have had an absolute crap ton of money. And I'm sure everyone knows what happened to Shiba Inu. It became like the next Dogecoin, and I would have been really early on that. I literally missed out on being a multi-millionaire if I had just followed my plan. Now, Dakota, why did you not follow your own plan that you have been following for 9 months straight. I'm very good at being disciplined like that, or at least I used to be. Well, you see, we get into the next part of what the title should have is my father was gunned down, right? He's alive now, thankfully. I'd trade the money for his life 100% of the time, despite him being not the best father figure. You know, I'm sure you've heard enough if you watch this channel. But you see, a couple days prior to the money going up, he was put in the hospital because people tried to rob him and my brother. And I don't know if I should be talking about this. I'm not snitching. They have them on camera at the hotel. None of us helped them out. So if any of the people who did this watching this, do not take that the wrong way. I'm not snitching. Everyone already knows what you did. You were literally on camera in a private business. So like they're in a motel. These people come in there with the guns, try to rob them. My brother's there because we had kicked my brother out. And they're fighting off the people. My dad gets shot in the foot. Still chases them because he's on adrenaline. Gets shot in the chest. Gets shot like 6-7 times in the abdomen. Still fends them off. Chases them off the property. And then gets put in the hospital. So obviously everyone thinks this man is going to die. He's already not a very healthy human. And he just had 8 bullets, like he had a whole magazine put into him. So I'm already having to deal with knowing that my dad's probably going to pass in the worst possible way. You know, not just passing, but the fact that he was going to be murdered. Knowing that people killed my dad, like that was already ruining my psyche. But we also brought my brother home. Now my brother's a lot better. I love the kid to death. I'm trying to make it so me and him can live normal, prosperous lives soon. That's why I do YouTube in general. I want to raise my family up and then raise everyone else I know up. He was kicked out for a reason. And that reason was amplified tenfold when obviously he experienced being shot at and having his father shot right in front of him. I don't blame him for feeling the way he did, but he could have made it better. We also thought that they were hunting him. So not only, did I say he came back? He came back to the house. Not only am I not sleeping at all, just period, because I think my dad's gonna die for like 4 days straight. I also have my brother literally 10 feet away from me because his room is like right there. We're in the same basement. Like his room's like right over there, smoking cigarettes and blunts. Weed's legal in New Jersey, so it doesn't really matter. Hotboxing me, and I don't smoke, nor does anyone want to get hotboxed by cigarettes, into like 4 o'clock in the morning, screaming and yelling constantly because he already had anger management and emotional issues, especially at that time. But now he's warranted to be going crazy. So it's like no rest, no peace at all whatsoever. So I can't think straight. For the first time in my life, I was unable to be rational and think properly, which absolutely destroyed me and made me fall into the greed. Granted, didn't help that, I had at the time YouTubers that I watched because I was still new to investing, Matt Kors, Trades, Roche Capital, all telling me, oh yeah, this is gonna be the biggest thing. It's gonna go up higher. Oh, don't listen to us though. But also, I know you've been watching us for like 8 months. It's probably about to go absolutely nuclear. So I think, it's gonna keep going. I hold my options that are going to expire very soon, which is an extremely stupid move. Don't follow my plan that I've been following for 9 months. Ended up losing most of the money. And then I keep like 30K and then start gambling it because I try to get the money back, which was incredibly stupid. Now, at the end of the day, it's my fault that I did that. It's my fault that I blew that opportunity. Thankfully, I'm young and I can learn from it. This is the point where I'm supposed to take risks and make mistakes, so then I learn from it and grow and eventually hit it big. I'm hoping I can do that soon because I want to get out of here. Just when you invest, when you take risks, follow your plan, unless it's very obvious that your plan was dumb. I had specific steps throughout like my entire life for 3 years planned ahead already, and I didn't follow that. And to see that if I had followed my plan, I would have been a multimillionaire, like I would have. I knew that was my plan to become a multimillionaire doing that, and it would have happened, like seeing the crypto and stuff that I was going to invest in that I had invested in, but way less money because I didn't have it. Because I made stupid decisions prior, it burns. I'm sitting there at work still. At work, I should have quit my job also. When I had the 500K in the account, like thinking about selling, I'm also like, should I like quit my job? And my grandma's like, no, don't quit your job. I'm a bar back. I make good money bar back, but like I have 500K and can know how to make money with other money. You're gonna sit there and tell me not to quit my job? My freaking bar back job that I can just get back anywhere else? I have experience from the most popular nightclub in the state. Years of it. I could work anywhere I want in the restaurant and nightclub industry. I can leave this job and go somewhere else or come back. They love me. They wouldn't understand. But no, I wasn't thinking rationally, so I listened to her. Now look at me. I'm still here. Even better, I could have focused on this more. If I had money, I would have better equipment. I'd have a green screen room. I could focus on this full time and I'd already be fine. Like I would have learned lessons I should have learned months ago. It's tragic. It really is. It honestly eats me up inside a lot. I'm going to keep pushing forward though. If I did it once, I can do it again. It's just, it's tough. That's why I keep smiling though. Cause you know, if you don't smile, you're going to cry. And if I just give up, I'm failing my mom, I'm failing my brother, so I'm never gonna give up. I don't know, I needed something to make a video about, and I guess I should share my full sob story. At least that sob story. There's a lot of them. Hopefully, in a year I can look back at this and just be like, sucks. Funny story though, I guess, to tell the people. Hopefully I'll be out of here and I'll have like a full actual studio for YouTube. Or Twitch streaming, preferably YouTube. I like making edited content, but I would like to be on like a podcast or something, you know, or play Minecraft. I also want to do Twitch streaming. Whatever. We're off topic now. I love you guys. Thank you for listening, and I'll be surprised if this video gets over 100-something views.